Hey. So a couple members of our community wanted to know how I could run a webinar and then suddenly talk to my screen or even draw on my screen while running a live event. They wanted to know how I could suddenly bring up my desktop or how I could make my desktop dominate the entire screen and then suddenly go back to me and then suddenly go back to the iPad and then suddenly start scribbling again on the screen and doing all sorts of cool stuff while running a live Zoom event. So in this video, I'm just going to quickly run through the tools that I use to make this type of magic happen. But first, I must say that it's not easy. This is the evolution of me stacking a number of tools over a long period of time. And what I would say is that if you're just starting out, I would focus just on Zoom and your craft, engaging with tools just like Zoom. Because just using Zoom, I can open up a second monitor and I can show my browser and I can show my iPad and I can draw on my iPad all just using Zoom. But however, today, let me break this all down for you. So first, I'm using a tool called OBS. Now, OBS you can see on the screen right now. You can see it on the left of the screen. And you can see me there with the monitor waving, hello, hello, hello. And then down the left of OBS, if I zoom in a little bit, you'll see scenes, the word scenes, and also sources. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to create specific scenes like just me, scenes with me and just my iPad, scenes with me and just my desktop. And I do that by creating sources. So I'm combining scenes with sources. One scene is just me, and the source is my webcam. Another scene would be just the iPad, and now it's just pulling the image from my iPad. So there's two sources. Or a scene is me with my webcam and also the iPad on the screen right now. So let's break down some of these things. So the iPad, that's what I've got here. There we go. And what you can see is it's the same as what I've got here. Even though my topic today is not about lead magnets, this is just something that I had handy. And I just created a PowerPoint presentation that I can bounce through, PowerPoint presentation, but I saved it as a PDF and I uploaded it to my iPad. Then once on my iPad, I used a tool called, let me see if this can come up. That's the icon for a tool called Notability. And with Notability, that's where I upload all these different PDFs. So I can grab the top one here, which is the lead magnet one that we were just looking at here, and I've brought it up. There's some settings so I can make sure that I can see the slides down this side, and that means that I can jump forward or jump back just by tapping on those different slides, just tapping them there. And it also means that I can draw on the screen because I'm using an app called Notability. And Notability allows me to pick different colors and font widths and do writing and all sorts of cool stuff. So I've got the iPad and I've got the app, which is Notability. I'm using a webcam to speak with you, just a Logitech webcam. And finally, I'm also using, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, an app called Reflector. And Reflector allows me to grab what's going on my iPad and share it on the screen. That's what Reflector does. As long as my computer and my iPad are using the same Wi-Fi connection, I can do that. Again, this is tools stacked on tools. If I was just running a presentation through Zoom, I wouldn't need Reflector. Zoom can auto-magically connect with your iPad so that you can do exactly what I just described. Download the Notability app, upload a PDF PDF version of your PowerPoint presentation to Notability and start scribbling, right? You can do that in Zoom without this third-party piece of the puzzle, Reflector. But however, because I'm using OBS, OBS needs a bunch of different sources, and one of those sources is a mirroring tool called Reflector. So once again, webcam is me. Reflector is pulling the information from my iPad. On my iPad, I'm using a tool called Notability to draw, and this becomes a source which you can see within OBS. So the source is, if I go into one of the inputs here, iPad only, you can see that the source is the iPad. And if I was to right-hand click on this and look at the properties, let me have a look. This is very difficult to figure out how to do this while also talking. Here we go. There we go. I went down here. I chose the input as desktop only, or it could be iPad only, desktop only. And in either one, I can pick the source that goes with it. And in this instance, the input is my desktop. Whoa, is that getting confusing? Now, because I've got various different sources, one of the sources is the camera. It means I could have another camera. Another of the sources is the iPad through Reflector. Another source is my desktop. I can add different sources. And then these sources can be used to create scenes like the combination of me and the iPad screen on the same time, which allows me to draw. Now, I've also used a download, and I'm trying to remember the name of these downloads. I think it's called an add-on or maybe a transition. And I had to do a lot of Googling and a lot of chat with AI to create this jaunty effect where it feels like the image is a little bit 3D in the background. And as just a bit of a next level strategy, what I had to do, if I go back to desktop, is within OBS, if I did, let me choose here, that's iPad only, but if I did iPad via Reflector, this is the input, which comes from the scene. There's the reflector, and there is an image behind it. So this is what it's reflecting. See that? And then behind it, there's a little image, which is just a slide that I added to the screen, which creates this 3D kind of effect, where I can have the image from the iPad, or indeed I could have my desktop, and it creates a slightly 3D effect. The reason why I have the background image is because every time I set this up, every time I do a new presentation, I have to connect all these sources every freaking time. And when I connect all these different sources, sometimes they appear it adds different sizes and different dimensions, which means that if I have this standalone slide in the background, I can just make sure that, let's have a look at this, iPad plus reflector, I can make sure that I can just move it around to get it to the spot and make sure that it's roughly the right size, which then of course allows me to make sure that it's in the right spot in a hurry. If you're not overwhelmed quite yet, I have another layer that I use. So you'll see that I've got a lapel mic on at the moment. I use a Rode lapel mic. It's got the thing for up here, and that connects to the laptop. I've got the webcam Logicap cam thing over there. I've got my iPad in front of me. And then I've also got this other thing, which I'll hold up to the screen, called an Elgato Stream Deck. And this allows me to bop between the different screens while I'm presenting in a hurry. And that little number is probably about $400. So again, I've got tools that I'm stacking on top of each other. A $400 lapel mic, $400 Stream Deck, I can't remember how much iPads are these days. Probably buy a second-hand one for $400. Logitech, probably somewhere between $150, $200, maybe all the way up to $400. So there's a lot of different tools that I'm stacking here. So I'm shooting this video because people want to know how I do this and how I do my magic. But the reality is, just learn how to use Zoom and speaking into Zoom and being dynamic while you speak into Zoom, making sure that your audience understands that you're speaking with them. Learn the craft of how to do that first. With Zoom, you can use Notability without me zooming it onto the screen like I did just then. It's just you in one box and Notability in another box. Learn how to draw your pretty pictures as you do things, and you will be in one box on Zoom, chatty, 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 chat. Your iPad will be in another box, and your customers and clients do not care. Start there with Zoom and Notability. If you want to take it a little bit further, then you can download OBS, and then that is a whole new learning curve altogether. While doing this, I was recording the whole thing from within OBS, and I think you can see that down here, and I'm recording it within OBS, or I could start a virtual camera, and this virtual camera is what allows me to present what I'm presenting to you right now via a Zoom call. I'm not doing it via a Zoom call, I'm just recording it straight to my laptop, so I've got the recording here. But if I wanted to run it through Zoom, I could, what's this button do? Hello. I could add start virtual camera, and the virtual camera will show what's going on in your OBS box, which is what I can see over here. But once again, keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself with technology. You don't need a $400 Rhodes mic. You could just use the audio that exists on your laptop, or even the thing that you use to listen to your phone. Even if you've got an iPad, an iPhone, white things with the cable and the jack, perfectly cool. You don't need to use a expensive webcam. You can use the camera on your laptop. You don't need Elgato Stream Deck. You don't even need OBS. What you need is to go out there and just start doing recordings and presentations, honing your craft, because all of this stuff is window dressing. It's the last 5-10%. It's not what makes a presentation truly magical, because that is you. Hope that was helpful.